Hey, it's the Cybersecurity Whisperer. Thanks for joining us for the week of July 14th. The summer is flying by. Unfortunately, some of the kids are, only a few weeks away from starting school, unfortunately for them, right? But we'll dive in. Obviously, we say this every week, but there's tons going on and no shortage of content. But I think we're just going to cover three big events from this week. First is Kaspersky. Now, I'm not sure, depending on whether you're a home user only or you could be a corporate enterprise user as well, but not sure what you use for your endpoint detection and response software. There's a couple of the big players out there. Kaspersky tends to be more from the consumer side, but Kaspersky is a Russian multinational cybersecurity and antivirus provider headquartered in Moscow, Russia. So it's no surprise that the U.S. government has had a close eye on them for many years, and they had put in a ban, I think years ago, in terms of Department of Defense or any government agency couldn't use them, but now they've put in a ban starting in October of this year. They're not allowed anywhere in the United States. Their software will stop working. You will not be able to get updates. You cannot, it cannot be purchased here. So there will be a complete ban on Kaspersky software in the United States. So if you or your company or you at home use this, you need to start planning your migration to other products just as soon as possible. And this was, coordinated efforts by both the Commerce and the Treasury departments based on national security risks about potential cooperation with Russian intelligence agents. So just want to make sure you are aware of that. Next, of course, this has been all over the news. AT&T, these, and there's some interesting feeds on LinkedIn if you want to check out my LinkedIn that I've reshared or liked and posted on. Krebs had a lot to talk about on this. It's like, in some of the UK were saying, hey, if this happened over there, this company would be shut down no matter how large you are. Of course, AT&T is considered one of our critical infrastructures. They're having similar issues with telecom in Texas right now because of the hurricane that came through, and some of the 911 systems are still not up because of their lack of redundancy or maybe proper disaster recovery planning. But with the AT&T breach, they apparently, they've had many breaches over the last few years. They are a huge target, a massive corporation, 110 million customers. But they were apparently one of the 164 impacted by Snowflake. They were keeping a lot of records that people don't understand why, including myself, and in clear text on Snowflake, not even protected with multi-factor. But they did say that records on all their customers, 110 million people, were leaked, were stolen, and the records included data that could be used to determine where a call was made or a text message was sent. And so, again, maybe not the contents, but the back and forth. And they said that this was exposed in a cloud database that was protected only by username and password, which, again, we know is a Snowflake. No MFA was required or set up on that. They said that this contains customer call and text interactions between May 1 and October 31st, 2022, as well as the random date of January 2nd, 2023. It includes call and text records for mobile providers also that resell AT&T. So that's going to be Boost, Cricket, or H2O Wireless. Those are all prepaid services that just resell the AT&T network. And they said that the stolen records included the location also of cellular communication towers closest to the subscriber. And this data could be used to determine the approximate location of the device initiating or receiving the calls or text messages. So what does this mean for you? AT&T's been saying you need to go change your account PIN to get into your account. Even if you walk into a store and hand them your driver's license that you've printed a fake ID for someone, they still ask you the PIN. So you need to change your PIN. You need to just delete any text messages you get or calls you get stating they're from AT&T support. Just hang up, delete those texts. If something is wrong with your account, log into your normal app, the AT&T app on your phone or the AT&T website. Just ignore any of the calls, voicemails, texts, direct messages, anything that claim to be from AT&T about anything on your account. That's always the best advice. I also posted a picture on my LinkedIn this week of a local car dealership where I live, and they had printed a vinyl sign, a big vinyl sign that said, they'd had a massive ongoing system outage. Their email was down, everything was down, and if you needed something from the dealership, call them, and it had their phone number. And that just shows you, to get one of those vinyl signs printed, it only takes a couple of days, but still, CDK Global has been down since June 19th, around that time. And over the 4th of July holiday, CDK said that the majority of their customers, of the 15,000 dealerships, are back up. And it's interesting that that it comes to find out they did pay a $25 million ransom. And so, of course, they've declined to discuss the matter. But pinpointing exactly who sends a crypto payment can be complicated by the relative anonymity that some crypto services offer. But data on the blockchain shows that on June 21st, 387 Bitcoins, which was at that day the equivalent of about 25 million, was sent to a cryptocurrency account controlled by the hackers from Black Suit, which is the ransomware group that had claimed that they had ransomed CDK. So, it took them, a week after that payment was made, they apparently got the key. The key must have worked, the decryption key, and they started decrypting their systems, slowly bringing them back online. You would hope that they're segmenting them, that they are making backups, that they're preparing, because typically when the bad guys get in like this, they're going to stay in. They're going to have triggers so that they can re-ransom you in a year or so and continue to get payments. And so more to come on that, but most of the dealerships should be back up. In fact, I drove by yesterday and they had taken that sign down, so I'm assuming this dealership was back up and running. Another trend that we've seen over the past couple of years that I think is really great is that some of these CISOs, some of the security leaders at organizations, are being given dual titles, dual roles. Hopefully not just because there's been a person that's left and they're trying to fill the role and not pay two salaries, but most of the time it is based on that CISO, that senior security leader, showing knowledge and passion for the technology side of the house as well, and being able to have a holistic view of the technology organization, how we can bring value to the business. Not just through securing, but also through the actual technology side. And so there's two academic examples that I can share. One was just this week where a person named Matt Williams was given the additional role of Chief Technology Officer for the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. And so he was already their CISO, and they went ahead and created a new title. I'm sure it'll be made fun of, but they call it CISO, the Chief Information Security and Technology Officer, CISTO, and they state it's a highly strategic position that oversees the organization's cybersecurity and technology infrastructure. And they said, as we build the IT org of the future, which I agree with, we are incredibly happy that Matt has accepted this challenge. His leadership will further strengthen our proactive and student-focused team, ensuring the security and innovative approach of our overall technology ecosystem. There's another example that I can share. There's an article that talks about the rise of the dual-titled CISOs reflects the changing dynamics of the role from gatekeepers of security to managing business risk. And but hopefully someone's not just given these responsibilities, again, like I said, because somebody left and they didn't want to pay for two full-time roles. Hopefully the person has truly earned it and shown that they truly have the knowledge to be able to serve both. There's another example here. Locally in the Tennessee area, where Shane Callahan was promoted from the CISO of Vanderbilt University to the CIO role, kind of overseeing now both all of IT and security. And so again, kudos on that. Well, that's it for this week. Again, like, comment, share, send us your questions, and we look to talk to you soon. Thanks.